Ghana. Guys, come on. Let's not disrespect each other like these guys. Small Ghana. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Ghanaians are like Nigerians 2.0. Oh, my goodness. No, guys, no, no, no. And you're going to say I was condescending. Yes, that is the plan. I am condescending. Let's fix our house, guys. Let's fix our house. We can't blame people for for our failure. I don't ever. You see, the reason why we are saying go home, you are between us and our government. When we say we want to deal with our government, we find small Ghana in the middle. Small Zimbabwe, Nigerian. Guys, no. Small Ghana must wait. Let me look for the video, Rasta. Then, yeah, I'll play it.
Oh, all right, sharp. Let us give it to Kanaf. Come in after you are done. We'll give it to Claire, then Mike, then Thomas' daughter.
Yeah, great submissions, patriots. Yeah, you are so right, Nove. Imbichana Ghana, you know Kanaki. They couldn't even organize an athletics tournament. They couldn't. They didn't even have medics for that tournament. They couldn't even put in a geyser for the athletes to shower. Can you imagine? And they were serving world-class athletes, half an egg a day. People that were repatriated back to Ghana, are those the investors we are getting from Ghana? Are they like on a hobo exchange? Because I would love to see our hobos in Ghana. If those are the investors, seriously now. Guys, we can't be taking uvucu from those things. There was even another one who lied, saying she was a nurse in Ghana and in South Africa she became a hairdresser because of xenophobia. I mean, that was a fucking illiterate. You apply for a job in your own shithole country. You write, cancel exams while you are in your own shithole country before you receive an offer. Then you use that offer plus accreditation to actually apply for a job in a foreign country. I can't just be in South Africa right now and I say I want to go and work in America. I'm going to get a job the minute I arrive in America without having written exams while I'm still in South Africa and registered with the American Association of Physicians if I wanted to go and work there. Guys, I've been telling you that Ghana is worse than Nigeria. Ghanaians are involved in human trafficking in this country, and I've seen it with my own two eyes. There is a syndicate that is trafficking girls who are going to work in hair salons. And these women, they remain unpaid for a duration of 2 years while repaying their debts of being smuggled into the country. They are also pushing powder in their hair salons. That is why it is important that we kick them out of our communities. I've met quite being paid 250 a week to get food, and they are being lumped up in one room, about 8 of them, while they work every day in a hair salon. Guys, I want us to do exactly. And told them they must leave within 7 days. Then they went to court. And then the people rioted. We contributed to manifestos. Our very own leaders went to the presidency, went to the municipalities. People mobilized. People mobilized. But people only cares about property. But the minute they started going up,
Thank you, Sisi. I think Hosea is a bit busy, so let's wait for him for a bit.
And you were run by Kwame Nkrumah for 16 years. You were run by Rawlings for 20 years. What do you have to show for it? You are the oldest democracy in the world. Why are you being a nuisance everywhere? What has stunted your growth? Why are you still uncivilized, coming to a democratic country, a sovereign country, and be a nuisance and go around lying and say it's xenophobia?
Yeah,
Why
but,
would you come to a country to become a hairdresser? Do your people even read what the country laws are, or you just don't respect our laws? You just take them as mere suggestions that you don't have to comply with?
darling, I know people from South Africa living in England who are working in the care homes. Is that wrong? I know people.
Because we are authorized to do those jobs in England, our colonizer. That is why there was an Anglo-Boer war.
So what's wrong? What are you trying to say?
Listen, Amos equivalences here. We didn't colonize you as well. So don't tell us about England.
So if you don't want people to travel to your country, why are you
We
traveling
don't.
to people's
That is
country?
why we put up laws, ability criteria to be in our country. Isn't that a deterrent enough?
Wait, so illegal
Why should
people
we
in your
have
country-
new laws to appease Ghanaians? Why can't you observe the existing ones? The existing ones, they don't want you here as hairdressers.
Why are you saying Ghanaians as if the whole Ghana lives in South
Because
Africa?
96% of you, 96% how deep the problem is with Ghana.
That's your business to take care of in your country.
Exactly, it is
All right?
our business. So
Very
clap
good.
for us.
But
Clap for us when we beat you
You
up.
shouldn't be punching it
Clap
on
for
this
us
side.
when we
It's
whip your
Ghana,
asses.
as if no other country
Clap
person
for
is
us
in your
when
country.
we whip your asses. And we're gonna whip your asses.
Just
Okay, listen.
allow
Listen.
Clark to speak just like you
Clap
spoke.
for
and he
us
was
when we whip
listening.
your asses. And we will.
Okay, Clark.
Otis, do you have a question for me, Otis?
I think one.
And now you being
Are you English?
Now
Are you
you
English?
being rude. Now you're being rude and disrespectful.
Otis, have a question, please.
So you need to watch your words.
You don't speak for our
I'm not trying to
colonizers. No,
disrespect
you don't
you.
speak for our colonizers.
I'm not trying to
If our
we're just having a
colonizers-
conversation.
If our colonizers
All right?
say we can go and
All right,
speak
I
in England,
understand
we'll
what
go
you are
and
trying to
speak in
say,
England.
but you are being a bit rude.
If our colonizers
I'm
tell us we
matured
can go and
enough
speak in
not to talk
England,
back to
we
a
can
lady.
go and speak in England. If our colonizers say, hey, come here in peace, we'll go and take a piss in the dump in England. They are our colonizers.
All right, whatever you say.
Otis,
all right?
you next.
Now listen, I don't want to say anything again because I think you are being a bit rude.
You had nothing to say, dear.
No, I've got nothing to say because I don't deal with rude people.
You had absolutely
right?
nothing to
I'm
say,
a very
Jack.
nice person. I'm very matured. Whatever
70
is going
years
on
of
the platform,
independence. 70 years of independence. But you are
Listen.
only exporting hairdressers. 70
Listen,
years of
whatever they want to
independence.
do.
You're sending us
I'm not going
hobos.
to come to South Africa. I'm not going to move to South
Why
Africa.
would
and
you?
be a
Why?
hairdresser.
Even the world, you're sending
I'm not
hobos
gonna
to
come-
the world.
if you
It's not
want-
only to South Africa. You
And I
playing
keep
Ghana
telling them,
game.
no, I'm not coming.
Mbichana Ghana. Mbichana Smolanyana Ghana.
Now you're speaking
Stop.
your language.
Mbichana.
So,
Glenki.
So
Nah.
I just want to engage.
Sure,
you.
Otis.
Yeah, first of all, I want to agree with you that as a citizen who has inalienable rights, you have every right to stand up for your country and ensure that there is law and order and people who are foreigners, laws of the land. And I actually agree with you. The question that you pose, it is a question that. Now, what I wanted to hear from you is it okay, those who have followed the laws, those who have done the credential evaluation and have followed the procedure to apply the jobs and have papers and are legally in South Africa, do you?
Yeah.
I'm just asking those if
There are no jobs in South Africa. What jobs? What jobs will a foreigner come and do when locals can't get jobs with their degrees?
I'm asking if there are permits, there must be work.
They can't be
permits that
getting
must be-
permits when there's no jobs.
So
Any
if
permit somebody claims to produce is fraudulent. What jobs?
Pan Africa.
Even being a doctor in South Africa is not a critical skill, by the way. Even being an engineer is not a critical skill. So what jobs, unless they want to be president, because there is a shortage in who's eligible to be president.
So the question is, I put
Jobs. There are no jobs. So are they going to be taking out of 20,000 people that are going for the same position? There are no jobs in South Africa, and we haven't had them for a good 8 years.
Miles, you're not listening. And stop being, don't tell us about hypothetical situations. They told you there are no jobs. What else you want to ask?
First of
What else you
all,
want to ask?
first of all,
Do you want to be a president? There is a vacancy that is coming up in the next 3 years.
only South Africa. First of
Profession as a lawyer. Even your
all,
profession as a lawyer, it's not a scarce skill. Remember that.
yeah, that's true. I understand that.
Lawyers are flipping beggars in South Africa. You'll find them at McDonald's.
Imagine. Maybe Miles is a beggar in Kenya.
No, it's, only South Africa. I respect South Africa. If begging,
If you respect South Africa, allow us to do what we need to do. Allow South Africans, just tell us that you support us. Don't tell us that the way you are going about it. Listen.
No, you've not been listening.
Listen.
You're listening.
You
to
listen.
respond. If you have been listening,
But listen to me. I'm speaking. Aren't I
I
speaking?
mean, I was speaking when you came in. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but let me say what I need to say. Then you can say what you want to say. That's relevant.
What is relevant is that I've said that I do support your position as.
What is where you come from?
I come from Kenya.
Oh, listen, you accepted Trump to build an Ebola facility to treat Americans in Kenya. Do you have the capacity to deal with Ebola?
My sister, that issue has been challenged in court. That issue was taken to rule on that, but the doctors, the Association of Doctors, rejected that.
Did you see the statement yesterday from the American Ministry of Health that they will be supporting the government to the highest courts in the land to appeal that? Why are you the colony of America, but you have a loud mouth on TikTok?
I mean, they can say what they can say, but as a people, we challenge that.
How did it even cross America that Kenya deserves diseases? You guys have traded your country for penny. You have destroyed countless of lives of generations moving forward. How many US dollars are you being paid for that Ebola? That you know very well it's going to spread to everyone in Africa, including us at the bottom tip of Africa.
Miles, you sound like you have a lot of problems, my man. Why is your energy on South Africa? You have a lot of problems. Why don't you focus, open and live, talk about Ebola?
I mean,
he should be mobilizing Africans. He should be, as a lawyer, he should be organizing Africans to write to the UN, to write to the AU. He should. That's what he should be doing as a lawyer. He should be heading advocacy on TikTok, not on South Africa.
And who said
the audacity for him to have energy for South Africans while his country has a mountain of problems?
Which problems?
You've got a mountain of problems. Open and live and talk about your country's problems.
Only South Africa. Let me tell you something.
Tell us about the French base. Tell us about the joint cooperation with French soldiers to train in your country, while your women have not been compensated for the rape that the soldiers did, that the British soldiers did.
Your lawyer won't help you on TikTok. You being a lawyer on TikTok won't help you. Answer the question.
Let me tell you.
You just accepted France. You just accepted France last month.
Only South Africa.
And this month you're accepting Ebola. Are you serious? Last month you accepted French soldiers. And then this month you're accepting Ebola. What is next? Nuclear weapons?
All these problems. Mice, my man, you better keep quiet like a church in a mouse.
Only South Africa. Yeah. I think if you was you're very
Church.
You're
If you're in church, you'd actually get a lot of knowledge. We are schooling you right now.
No,
You've got a mountain of problems. We are
don't.
schooling you right now.
No,
You want to
don't.
come with this paramount. Stop these vocabs. Use those vocabs in your lives.
The best that you're doing is talking over me. Someone who wants to talk over people is not having a
Think about your
conversation.
country.
America followed
What
all
conversation you want to have?
America followed all the processes, okay? America followed all the processes to bring you Ebola.
I mean,
Just imagine that.
so is Ebola coming from America or is within Africa?
Ebola is coming from America. Do you think
Is it-
America
is
is
it-
only going to
is
be
it not-
bringing in the
is-
Congolese workers
is it-
that
is
got
it not in-
Ebola?
is
They
it-
are
is
bringing
it not in-
everybody with Ebola
is it
to
not-
Kenya from America.
is
They
it
are not
not,
building any
in Congo?
Ebola center in America.
It is
Any
interesting.
American that gets Ebola is going to be shipped to Kenya to go and die in Kenya and
He's
infect the rest of
clueless.
Africa.
He's clueless.
You guys,
His knowledge is limited to Africa, not the world. He's
Let me-
clueless.
let me tell you, I'm well traveled.
His energy is on South Africa. He knows very well as a Kenyan. There's the Ebola that is being brought to Kenya. It's going to be in exchange for Ruto winning
Talk
the
about
next
Ebola.
election.
Let's talk about
It is
issues.
for
Yo,
Ruto
let's
to
talk
win
about
the next
issues
election.
like
The
immigration.
payment for that
Let's talk
Ebola
about
is for
issues
Ruto
of
to win the
immigration.
next election.
It's
You know it.
analyzing. It's
Disappointment to your country,
You're
Miles.
bringing a
That's why
biological weapon.
you must
You're
call yourself
building a
rats,
biological
not
weapon
mice.
to your country, but your energy is focused on South Africa.
Don't come as humble as you are. Call yourself red.
no. Only
You're a
South
problem to your
Africa.
country. Do you know that? You're a problem to your country.
You just
You've got
trivial.
mountains of
Let us-
problems,
let
but
us
you are
discuss
here.
on-
You
Because
know,
your
only
energy
South
is
African,
discussed
I
on
have always said
substantive
this,
issues.
that you know what? I thank God for Jacinta.
How many-
I thank God
how
for
many
Zandile
Kenyans-
because the ANC wanted to bastardize our
how
country
many
like
Kenyans are
Kenya.
in South Africa?
Kenya has Islamists.
Imagine.
Kenya
How many
has
Kenyans are in South
Al-Shabaab.
Africa?
Kenya has ISIS. Kenya has CIA. Kenya is involved in money laundering. Is involved. I mean, there is no place that is a free pit latrine as Kenya. Anybody can go piss and shit in Kenya.
Mice, you listening? Are you listening, lawyer? Lawyer, are you listening? All these problems.
So
Huh? What are you
let
doing
us
with these
say,
problems?
let us compare the crime rate with
let us
Kenya
not.
and South Africa.
Let us not.
As you describe
about your problems in your country.
Let us describe.
Talk about your problems.
Let us look at the crime
Yes,
rate
let us
in
compare the
South
crime.
Africa
Crime nothing.
We have
and
26,000 immigrants in our prisons. Okay?
Good.
That
Good.
is
Let
what
us-
you
let us
guys are
look-
good at when you come into our country.
Let us look at the
26,000
statistics.
immigrants in our prisons.
Let us look at the statistics of crime.
27,000.
How-
The government
27,000
spends
immigrants in our prisons. Okay?
What is
the government
the percentage
spends
of crime
11.1 million per
African
day.
immigrants in our prisons.
and South Africa? Which country is the most dangerous between Kenya and
Mice,
South
do
Africa?
you even know the law? Do you know the law, Mice? Do you even know
tell
the
me.
law?
You tell me, which law are you talking about?
Lawyer between me and you. Are you a lawyer or a
You're
paralegal?
talking. You are asking. You are asking that Ghanaians should be arrested when they go to their country. Which country? If it's not extradition,
Kenya.
If it's not extradition process, why would a country arrest its
You are saying
citizens
a lot
that
or
they have-
nothing.
they have rescued from
You are
another
saying
country where their safety is threatened? You don't.
You've
make
got a
sense
lot of
at all.
mountains.
No, you
You've
don't.
got
make
problems like a
Gents,
mountain,
what-
my man.
Gents,
When are you climbing that mountain?
Gents,
No.
Gents, what's going on? I just came back. What's the story? Why are you fighting?
Let me-
Mice, what's the story?
Rasta,
rat.
Rasta,
It's becoming a
Wait,
rat.
only South African. Wait, only Mice.
yeah.
Why are you fighting? What's going on? What went
No,
on?
this gentleman and since you left, this gentleman and the lady there, they don't want to have a conversation. Every time they are talking over when we are speaking, we are not having a dialogue. You know, we are not having
But
a
you
dialogue.
failed.
We are not having a debate.
Only South African. Only South African. We don't do it like that, please.
Yeah,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
We are having a debate, and they said we should not have an intellectual conversation. Let's talk about statistics. They have asked me, they have said Kenya attracts quite a number of crimes. Let's look at the statistics. What is the comparison of crime rate in South Africa and Kenya? It's facts. And I can tell you the crime index and safety shows that South Africa ranks globally, tops 5 highest overall crime indices, 74.5, while Kenya ranges, while Kenya is 55.5. So my friend, only South Africa, let us not try to have hatred. Let us not generalize every African country to be an enemy of South Africa. Tell me how many Kenyans have committed crimes in South Africa and are causing problems in South Africa, and what has the South African government done? What we are agreeing with you is that yes, you have every right, even as our constitution says that the power is vested in the people. If the politicians cannot exercise them as because it's donated power, the people can rise up and exercise the power just the same way that you are doing, which is okay. We support you. However, we are asking those that are there, and Rasta, I wanted to give a definition of an alien. An alien in immigration, it means it's a foreign national who is either documented or undocumented. So when you look at it from a science fiction, that is when it brings the kind of meaning that you are saying here. So when we are discussing here, let us not have a conversation. That's why I respect you, Rasta, your platform. Your platform has decorum, but people like South Africa, only South Africa. If you are bitter, my brother, I'm not an illegal immigrant in South Africa, but at the same time, I cannot sit and watch if someone who is there legally, who is there, who has been given a work permit, who has been given a visa to be in South Africa, being abused and unalived because they find themselves in a circumstance where everyone has been put in the same basket. That's all we are saying. All illegal immigrants, all criminals, you can do whatever that you can do, but also there are prisons, there are government, there are police officers that are there that do the enforcement. If the police have failed, then you are rising up. Do it in a manner that does not hurt other people. And Rasta, when you left, you asked, should the Ghanaian government arrest the people who are rescued from South Africa? Why should they be arrested? What crime have they committed to return in their own country where they have inalienable rights? If they committed crime in South Africa, that is a different jurisdiction. The procedure, the diplomatic procedure, is extradition. The police, they get arrested in South Africa, they are prosecuted in South Africa, serve. If the Ghanaian government want them, then the South Africa processes what is called extradition process to return them and hand them to the authorities. But what we see is what the country, any other country, is supposed to do to rescue and return their citizens when there is need or there's question of safety. That is what we are talking about. But if they are illegal, you want to tell me we have issues in Kenya. We go to the streets. We address our government. We don't address foreigners. We don't attack foreigners. We don't blame it on foreigners. We address the government because we have a functional government and officials that we have elected. We have 3 legislative assemblies. We have the executive, we have the judiciary that is functional, and we hold them accountable. That is what we follow in our country. So for you to say that all African countries are shit countries, that is misguided.
It's fine. All right. I want to hear only South Africans so that I can hear others. Wait a bit. George, hello, good morning. Farmer's daughter, what happened? You left and there was problems. What happened, Farmer's daughter? Back lady, Jay Buvezi, Mpo. Nungu, you also love drama. Gelza, I'm disappointed. Gelza. Mpumi as well, you're part of the problem. Let me check out my comments. Nomta, how are you, Nomta? Nomta, you. Good people, this is your platform, all of you. Please, can you not drama again? Comment section, nitandi drama, back lady. You want people to be fighting. Good people. So you don't share vision nami. Mara, put there, the platform is about order. So it means if I were to go for 2 hours, I'll find the platform gone, Boomy. Back lady. So, and you can't see my vision that I want, at least Maboso, if there's one person on TikTok that I understand now, I can always follow is Maboso. Maboso. This man loves peace and order. People, they are saying, Rasta, go back again. Go back again. You people don't have a spirit of building. Let me keep quiet. Only South African, what happened?
Thanks Rasta. Yazi abanye abantu bafuna uswazi nje kancane, bafuna nje uswazi, abafuna into eningi. This man's character is telling us about the concerns of illegal immigrants, how we handling our business. Where's that energy when it comes to South Africans that were unalived by these illegal immigrants? Where's the energy when it comes to these aliens that kidnap the girls at the youngest age of 10 years old? So don't come and tell us nonsense, right? You've got a mountain of problems in your country. You're not addressing none of them. So your energy is misplaced. Do not focus on South Africa while you have a problem 100 times more than South Africa, right? If you've got nothing to say, my man, sit this one out. If you've got nothing to say, keep South Africa out your mouth. That's number one. Number two, if you call yourself a so-called lawyer, what are the laws when it comes to, people that are coming into the country without documentation? And don't ever tell us about immigration is everywhere. We are holding 27,000 immigrants in our prisons a day. We spent 11.1 million for those prisoners. Is it fair? Do you think it's fair where you come from, my man? So don't tell us nonsense. Nah? You must rethink before you talk. And Kenya, we're not talking about the problems of Kenya. They mentioned few. You couldn't answer even one. And yet you want to tell us how we're supposed to handle our business. Where you come from, when you handle your own business, do not compare the resolution as the same as South Africa. Let us handle our thing and handle your thing. If you dare to handle your thing. So don't have the energy for South Africans while you have mountains of problems. If I like me, I can start mentioning a lot of problems in Kenya. You're a small boy. Keep quiet.
Mice. Maboso. Clerk, you see now. You see you're behaving like a hooligan now. Don't do that. Kahle comment section, you people love drama. Kahle. You just wanna see people fighting. So you came to TikTok for that. Just to see people calling each other names, fighting. Nifuni moving. Hi, Maboso Mbinjami. Hey, how are you, man? Maboso.
No, I'm back on your panel, Rasta. No, I'm good, man. I had to quickly run to the mall, or I think a shopping center nearby me. I mean, we call it shopping center. It's actually a strip shopping center. But I know it will be a mall in places like Kenya or Ghana or Nigeria. It might be even one of the top biggest mall there in top 10, I mean, South Africa accounts
So,
for more than 80% of
so,
Africa's shopping
so,
centers
so,
and
Maboso,
malls. We're just too developed, and
Maboso.
maybe this explains the obsession, man. I was here. You gave me 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay.
I didn't give you time. We are talking. We are
It's on
talking.
only South Africa. Oh, okay. Okay.
I've not put in
Yeah,
time.
man. Yeah. I mean, you ask how many South Africans know where Kenya is. Who's the president of
No,
Kenya? The average
Maboso,
South African
Maboso,
don't care.
that's
They
true.
cannot even point to you where Kenya is because it's just an insignificant swamp of a region. Just a waste piece of land, Nothing grows really well. Nothing. There's no
So,
progress.
Maboso,
Yeah, Kenyans and all other Africans, they're forever gonna be in our businesses. We on this part of the world, we don't even discuss Kenyan issues. We don't care. Kenyans can resolve their own issues. You will never see a South African hopping on a panel to get himself mixed in what Kenyans want to do in their country. We're just not that arrogant and we're not that ignorant, and we tend to mind our business as South Africans. All these Africans who are complaining about us, they're complaining about what we do in our country. None of these people are complaining about what we do in their countries. All of them, they are complaining about what we are doing in our own country. No African can come here and complain about us, what we do in their own countries, because we're not even there to begin with. They always are in our businesses. They always want to be in our businesses. They're always the ones who wants to be in South Africa. It's never the other way. It's just never the other way. So you will find a Kenyan and you ask yourself, what the fuck does this topic have to do with some random Kenyan? But this is what happens when you are number one. We just number one, Ozia, and everybody has got something to say about number one. They're obsessed. It's the obsession. They are obsessed. They are so obsessed with South African, black South Africans. It's just unmatched. You can't make these things up. They are so obsessed. And the obsession comes from the fact that we have got a very beautiful working country that they don't have at home, and they would like to have what we have. They are so obsessed with us and wanting to be in our business, wanting to live in our country. They just so obsessed. They cannot leave us alone. They just not gonna leave us alone. You're like, God damn it, leave us alone. They just not gonna let us go. You're like, hey, we are so tired. Can you just leave us alone? They just not gonna do that. They are like a bed bug. It's like a parasite. It's like a bed bug. When a bug that doesn't want to leave you. You're like, dude, we just want you guys to leave us alone. How much will it cost for us to pay you to leave us alone? They just not gonna do that. They just cannot leave us alone. They're not gonna do that. Forget about it. We're gonna have to force them to leave us alone, which is sad. Unfortunately, they just not gonna leave us alone. You ask a Kenyan, why is a random Kenyan having some, some opinion about us? Like, why, dude? Why are you in our business? We don't care what's going on in Kenya. We don't even want to know. But you forever in our business. Oh, they South Africa, this South Africa, that. You're like, dude, have you seen what's happening across Africa? No. They so obsessed with South Africans. And the only reason why they're so obsessed with us is because we have got the best country in Africa. We've got the best economy and better standards of living. The obsession is driven by that. And they don't have none of that, where they come from. I mean, you look at Kenya, it's just a swamp of a country, to be honest. What is there? Even if I want to talk about Kenya, where am I going to begin? What the fuck am I going to talk about? Like, what am I going to talk about? What do I say? If I have to talk about Ghana, what do I say? Please, we give context to Africans. Africans without us, they are pathetic. We give them something to talk about because we are a serious country. We are a working country. There's a lot of things that you could. He's even talking about crime in South Africa. The average Kenyan will want to live in South Africa more than a South African living in Kenya. But let's talk about crime in South Africa. There's more Kenyans in South Africa than South Africans in Kenya. But let's talk about crime in South Africa. These people are just obsessed. The envy, the jealousy, always trying to find something to belittle black South Africans, to make us feel bad. But you want to live in South Africa. Your people are here. You can't make these things up, people. It's the obsession. It's so annoying. They're so obsessed with this world. You cannot even help. You cannot even stop yourself from being obsessed with us. You're so obsessed with us, you cannot even help yourself. We like, why don't you leave us alone? What is so difficult in leaving us alone? Your countries have got big problems than South Africa, but everybody has a lot to say about South Africa. Your countries have got so much problems that many of your people come to live in South Africa than the opposite. But it's always you people who have a lot to say about us. Why don't you leave us alone? You don't see us coming to your countries. The national budget of Kenya, let's talk about that. The national budget of Kenya is barely 35 billion US dollars. That's roughly the national the budget. It could be it's smaller than the budget of Gauteng province, of course. You know, as a province, way bigger than the budget of Kenya as a country. So even if you want to produce crime stats, let's say Kenya becomes this modernized country overnight, and you have a transparent government that other countries care about, you achieve these things. Let's say you are a working country all of a sudden, and your government is trying to be transparent to the world, and somehow you can document crime stats. How are you going to do that with a 35 billion US of a budget? I mean, it clearly, if your national budget as a country is more or less the healthcare of South Africa, then you're not supposed to tell us about stats, because obviously you don't have equipment to document anything. You barely have got equipment to build an economy that can feed its own population. So your national budget is the budget that has to service your country is equivalent to an education budget of South Africa, one sector. But we have to discuss crime stats with you as if you are a serious country, as if we have to respect you, as if you are a working country. We're not on pay. We're not your equal. We're just not. You are crazy if you think the stats from South Africa are the same with stats from Kenya. The stats that are coming from Kenya is the stats from a third world.
Others on the platform.
Is the stats from a third world. The stats that comes from Kenya is the stats from a country that is backward and not functioning. You can't compare that. Hosea, can you give me my 1 minute back, man? There's a hooligan on the panel, you know. Speaking of hooligans, Hosea, you see, we can't with these people, Hosea. We just can't, man. It's like, you know, I mean, we're just too civilized for this. We just can't. At some point, as South Africans, we have to accept that we just can't. We are dealing with raccoons. You know, we are basically dealing with chihuahuas. You know, hooligans, pure hooligans running around, waffling. Everything they touch deteriorates. The anti-civilization gang, you know, they just hate civilization and very allergic to accountability. You know, once you say, okay, Kenya, it's time to account, they start to have allergic reaction. You know, their body start to itch, pimples start to grow all over, similar to Ghana, very similar to Nigerians. Once you say, hey, time to be accountable, hey, the allergic reactions, and you need to get them medication very quickly. So you have to understand, their resistance to accountability and responsibility is also a biological war on them. It's a serious thing. They have a reaction. Once you want them to take responsibility to fix their countries, they will rather unalive you and save M23 in Congo if you tell them to fix their country. The worst thing you can do to a Kenyan or a Ghanaian or a Nigerian, just tell them to fix their countries. They will hate you forever, man. Thanks, Hosea.
All right, no problem. So the guy who came, I dropped him. When a person is with him, look, now he's done. But I dropped you. You see? The person is done, but I dropped you. So learn to listen, good people. When a person is speaking, hear them out. You understand? Let me clean this camera so that you can see Rasta. I was cleaning this camera so that you can see Rasta. You see, now the camera is clear. You can now see Rasta. So let us see who's next. Ngithule, come in. What is going on? What went wrong between South Africa and Ghana? Because you people were sharp a month ago. You people were sharp. South Africa and Ghana, they were buddies. But suddenly, what happened? What went wrong? Ngithule, what happened?
Sanbonan. Hey, Rasta, how are you?
Hola.
Thank you. Hi, Sanbonan, nanonke ku panel. Hi, everyone in the panel. Hey, angazi ukuthi what happened with Rasta. Engubonayo, what I see is just one thing. I think they just...
Benirati, Nilo Nama Nigerian. So suddenly, what happened? What went wrong?
No, as we Rasta ngendlela engibona ngayo, they allowed themselves ukuthi mhlawumbe badlalwe. Yabona Nigeria dali isho vele lento ukuthi bafuna ama allies, uyabona. So they've been provoking. So what they will do, Nigeria ayasuka, what will happen mhlawumbe kunaleyo mfana loyo ke washaywa lapha. There was a guy that was beaten during the march. I'm not sure, but it was explained later.
Did you beat that guy?
No, I was not there, but they did explain that was a South African boy who was taking an advantage of the march and stealing while they were marching, you see. So now they caught him stealing and then bamteli sambo komfwethu. So now a Nigerian took that clip and said a Ghanaian man was beaten. Uyazibona lezo zinto lezo. Uyasuka, the Ghanaians are coming now as being violent on TikTok and all that, but verbally, as we've been seeing on the social media. So they just allowed themselves to be used because vele Nigerians were looking for an ally. Uyabona. So thina sizingeni asinandaba, we don't care. Let them believe what they want to believe. All we want is that all the good things for South Africa. Those who came in, all the illegal immigrants, they must leave. And the sad part now is just one. Even the legal immigrants are not voicing out our issues. We should be getting support from the legal immigrants, actually. But the problem with the legal ones, they are protecting their brothers. That is why now it's all foreigners. It looks as if it's all foreigners when it's not like that. But here on social media, not from the march perspective, ne? I'm not speaking on behalf of the march, But the way things are going, the funny part, I have the same sentiments with only South African, because the way he was speaking, even my boss. But these guys, they are very good at advising us how we must handle our business. It's so ridiculous, really. It's really, really ridiculous because they are not prioritizing the rights, basically. And here in the panel, we were trying to explain to them that, you see, your priorities are so misplaced to a point that you cannot even protect your own countries. You would rather focus on South Africa. South Africa is busy protecting itself. They must also protect their countries, because it's not like their countries are doing well, you see. So their priorities are misplaced, really. So with having people that will come each and every day, even creating lives, just to talk bad about South Africa. Like, really, when you have so much problems, you see now they are even identifying problems in his own country. And it has nothing, he knows nothing about those countries. He knows nothing about those problems in his country. That's how misplaced their priorities are, because they are glued to South Africa. South Africa has a right to protect itself. We cannot have visitors that will come at the end of the day. They want to tell us how they are changing the channels now. It's like we're having a visitor that comes to your house. The visitor is changing the channel, is opening the fridge. Now they are welcome. They feel as if they are part of us. They are not. They must remember that. They are visitors, and we have the right to say, okay, now we want to clean our house, even if they are legal immigrants. Those legal immigrants, the one thing I don't like about them, I don't have a problem with legal immigrants. Their problem is just one. They are too biased. They are very silly because they are too biased. They are protecting themselves. Like with us South African, there were girls that were once seen in TV. I think they were found with drugs at airports. You know, South Africans, if you learn the character of South Africans, we called them out. Even when they came back in South Africa, we didn't see them as heroes when they came back here, because we hold each other accountable. That's how we are as South Africa. But now these ones, they come, they make our sisters get drugs into the country, and then they are caught there in other foreign airports. And then they are misrepresenting us. That is why, that is how we are. We are not going to stand for people that are not leading us as we want. And the one thing I like about us South Africans, we don't follow people. We follow the righteousness in people. Just like Malema, we once followed that guy until he came. We saw that, no, now the truth has run away from him. This one is sold in now. So he's a sellout. So I got better. I don't know what happened, but whatever happened, we stand by our choice. We stand by the fact that we don't want illegal immigrants in our country. End of story. Zabunga.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. I hear you. Oh, farmer's daughter, I want to get a topic. I want to get a topic which says, do South Africans travel or they don't travel? Because I want us to wait. I want us to calculate how many South Africans are out of South Africa, whether they went there illegally or legal. Mpumi, I want us to have a topic: do South Africans travel or they don't travel? I'm trying to create a topic here. Do South Africans travel or they don't travel? We have to fix that. Clark, come in. While you are busy, I'll be writing a topic. How can I write it? How can I write it, farmer's daughter or anybody? Help me with the topic. How can I write it?
Just tap on
Okay.
this platform is about order. Just tap on it and it's gonna give you the options to clear it off, and you put what you have to put there. You see where
It's fine. I want the comment section to help me. You make your submission, the comment section will help me.
okay.
On how can I structure it? Do South Africans travel or they don't travel? And do they travel illegally? Or I don't know how to put it. South African says he has a question. You have a question? Okay, what is your question?
Thanks, Roster. I want to ask Mice, what's his name? Red.
You are taking us
What?
there.
Askis. No, I just want to ask him one question.
Sorry. You will talk to Mice. Wait. Let's move. We will talk to Mice. You had enough time with Mice. You should have finished it, the two of you. Hey. Clark, make your submission. What went wrong between South Africa and Ghana? And do South Africans travel or they don't travel? Because people, whenever something happens, they are saying South Africans do not travel. So do they travel or they don't travel? Which one is it? Come in.
All right, so I think when I come here, even though I'm not South African, but I respect Hosea so much, and if I say anything that offends anyone, I'm so sorry. Whatever is going on, we are just sharing our opinions. So rudeness and whatever, I'm not going to tolerate it. I'll just drop and I'm gone peacefully. That's how I am. Thank you very much. So back to the question. So talking about what happened between Ghana and South Africa, there's a situation whereby
Clark, Clark, when you want to drop and go, bro, just drop and go. You don't have to announce it, bro.
Okay, big
Make
man.
yourself.
All right.
If you wanna,
I'm
if you
saying
wanna
that.
drop
I'm saying
and
that
go,
because when you left,
don't
there was a little
announce.
bit of rudeness. That's why I dropped and waited till
Clark,
you come back.
it's fine. When you want to drop and go, don't worry, bro. All of us here, no one is forced. Anyone who wants to go, they just go, bro.
Yes, big man. Let's
So
just
don't
move on. Let's forget it and just move on. So, what's the question again?
Do South Africans travel or they flee their country? And do they travel illegally or they travel legal?
All right. So, this is a question that is going to be really answered properly by Miles at some point because he is a lawyer. But my opinion on this is every single every country on this planet have migrants in other countries, have their people in other countries. If you check statistics and records, I'm not going to go on Google right now, but I know a lot of South Africans who are overseas, illegal or legal. That's up to them. But yes, South Africans do travel, but it's not. I think you people don't really like traveling, because the amount of the population of your people in foreign is very low. It's kind of very low. You people don't like traveling. You like staying in your country. And I think when you are traveling, you travel legally. But I've never seen any illegal. Okay, I've seen some. I've seen some though, but I'm not going to talk about it here right now. You know what I'm saying? But most of the people that I know from SA, they are legal migrants living overseas. Does that answer your question, Brasky?
Illegal or legal?
Most of the people that I know from SA, honestly speaking, they are legal migrants. They are not illegal.
I don't hear what I'm saying. Can you please repeat?
You said you were talking about if they travel illegal or legal, right?
So I'm saying most people who are from South Africa, do South Africans travel legally or illegally?
And I'm
So which one?
saying most of the people from SA that I know, they are legal migrants. Not all of them.
So
just maybe 2% or something are illegal, but most of them are legal.
You've seen illegal migrants from South Africa?
Yeah, of course, I have.
Where?
You know I live in England, right? You know I live in England.
Yeah.
And I
Now
know.
I know.
Wait, I have a friend. Yeah, I have a friend that I don't want to talk about. It's his business. But the people that I work with, everyone is legal. Especially my best friend Tabby. No, I mean, wait, I don't know.
So you have illegal friends.
I have legal friends. I have legal friends. And I have illegal friends.
Illegal friends. Your friends are illegal. So you are part of criminality.
No, my friends are legal. I'm saying I know illegal travelers. Illegal migrants, sorry.
From where?
From SA. Where? From South Africa. I'm not going to mention it.
They're from SA?
Huh?
How do you know they're from SA?
Oh my God. I just mentioned one of my friends' name who is very legal. She's got a British passport. Her name is Tabby, and she's got friends. We go to parties and stuff, right? We go to her house. We do parties and stuff. Yeah? And we know people.
There's no South African that is called Abby, Hosea. Let's be honest. Abby. That's people, man. Eh?
Yeah, my boss is saying there's no South African. It's not a South African name. So can you take correction and ask your friend what his real name is?
Oh, Tabby. She's not South African, really? Yes. Are you alright?
That name.
Nah. If I don't know what kind of
No, Ozia, this is what happened. He said Abby, and someone in the comment section said Tabby. Guys, stop
no, I said
saying things
Tabby, my
that you
friend Tabby.
Nah, you said Abby, man.
No, come on. Why would I say Abby when I know Tabby? Broski, I'm a
So
Uniblood,
which country are you where there's illegal South Africans? Because this never happens. You guys just come here and say things that cannot even be proven. Which
All right,
country has
so
got illegal
wait,
South
let me tell you
Africans?
one thing. Yeah. I live in England and I know a lot of South Africans. Yeah. In Ghana, I have my friends from South Africa living at Pankono Estate. You know how long they've lived there? And they've got no visa, nothing.
Hosea, can we engage as well?
But they living in the country.
You can. It's open panel.
You know what,
can.
Hosea? This is the reason why yesterday, I asked you
Rasta, it
if
is
you
not
want to have
submit.
a conference call.
All right. Clerk, let me give Constantine, then we can open the panel for everyone so that
All
we
right.
can include. So the topic is I wanted to say do South Africans travel legally or run away from their country? Or it's fine. What did it say there? It's fine. Do South Africans travel legally or they run away from their country? So there is a river. You see, there is Tabi and Clerk and Tabi and Clerk. They is South Africans. They are going to a flight there. Tabi and Clerk, there they are. They are swimming. Yeah, sharp. Constantine, come in. The topic is on the screen.
Guys, how's it? Are you good?
Man, it's like you are shouting, man. We are fine now.
Okay. No. Rasta, from the first initial topic to now, let me engage as a South African, since I'm a South African. One thing I know about us South Africans, where morals are part of our DNA. We are people who respect ourselves. We don't respect the next person. We respect ourselves. So in the next person, it's not us respecting them. It's us showing our values and principles when it comes to how we handle ourselves. This will be on how, when it comes to traveling, we are excited to travel. We post everything from the beginning up until to the end. That is why when we go, we even throw parties that, let's say, for example, Constantine has a post in England where Clark is. We will slaughter a goat. We will get a cow. We will send invites. We will ululate and people will come. Even the bad neighbors that are using witchcraft on us, they will be there just to experience. Is he really going? That's us. So with that being said, there's no South African abroad that is there illegally. It's highly impossible. I dispute that notion that the South Africans are in other people's countries illegally. The only time we had an experience of South Africans being in a country and they needed to be taken back was with the Russia issue, the Russia saga, where it was on our news to say that there are South Africans in Russia. And the question was, how did they get there? And then they said, no, Zuma family is involved in that thing. And we still want answers to this day to say, how did they go there to Russia? We realized, no, these people were taken to Russia and they said they want to go and fight. But when they got there, they realized that, no, it's not them that are getting the benefits. Someone else is getting the benefits. And this thing, there's a probe to it and people, heads will roll. The second thing was the issue of those girls that were taken to Russia to say they were promised a job only to find out they are going to a factory that is fraudulent and all of those things. But then when we probed again, we realized that those girls did their visas and everything, and they went there up until they realized it was a scam. So this is to say, as South Africans, if I'm wrong, South Africa, you can come forward. I'm at your mercy to say, no, Constantine, you're wrong. We jump borders, we go via crocodiles. We do illegal things in other people's countries. Mara, I know for a fact that we South Africans, we don't shame. We really don't. We don't go to people's countries through back doors. We go, we take photos. Even myself on my lives, on my Facebook page, when the first time I went to Canada in Winnipeg, I remember when I was at Heathrow, I showed up photos. I wanted people to know. I had people updated on every step of my way to say, I'm here now, from here, I'm going there, from there. I showed people, I did even the snow angel. For the first time in my life, I heard that there was a snow angel. I went there on the snow, even though I got sick. But I wanted to try everything, and I was showing my neighbors to say, yay, I'm here. Eating, boss, I'm there. So, no, guys, it's a fallacy for someone to come and claim he has illegal South African friends in England. You know, you are talking nonsense when you say South Africans are out of South Africa illegally. The two cases I told you about, the girls and then the people for Russia. So 2 cases in Russia. The rest, you can go to anywhere in TikTok. Go anywhere in Google, not Wikipedia, Google, and check South Africans abroad. South Africans, everywhere we go, we like to sing. That's the first thing about us. We are too loud. It's highly impossible for you not to notice us. When we are in a place that our emotions, they get all over the place. We've got girls that are singing in over England. We've got boys that are all over. We like to sing. We sing. We entertain people. We've got this charisma of drawing people to us. So how can you draw people to you when you are illegal? You see, it's not concomitant. It doesn't make sense. And then another thing in closing, I remember Clark the other day, it was I think 2 days back, he was speaking about him going to his home country 3 months per every time. But he never disclosed where in England he is from. So I'd like him, when he comes, to tell us where in England is he in, so that we really know. And we should normalize opening cameras so people show us where they are, because we've got a lot of people trolling us here. So, my leader, let me step down, sir.
You want people to be arrested. Yeah, bro, cameras will get people arrested, man. You want people to be arrested because some of them, they are fugitives, man. Some of them, they are fugitives.
Yeah, I was here.
Let me give it to G-Girl. Then I'm not sure. Maybe we'll make an open panel. G-Girl, how are you?
I'm all right. And you, sir?
I'm all right.
Clark said that we are here in this country.
Okay.
Is it Clark? Yeah. South African that is in this country. Legal.
Where are you?
We come with our paper. We always.
Where are you? G-Girl.
Alright, so I'm giving you my location, isn't it? I'm just coming out from my building. I've got. Thank you very much, Hosea. I'm just here. You can see it. I'm gonna have to go back inside. So, Hosea, you need to allow me to turn my camera off. Thanks.
Yeah, we can see. We can see that you have run away from the country. It's fine.
Thank you very much.
G-Girl, come in. We have seen he's in England. Obviously, that can be Ghana. That can be Ghana. Amen. Amen. Come in, Jigel.
I'm saying no one that is a South African that is in England without any paper. Maybe are those that they steal our passport and our ID and came in this country. When they are supposed to go to Home Office and get their proper papers, they can't go. But there is no South African that is here without any paper. In such a way that we are only country who don't induct when we come to this country. All other African countries, they go for induction. We are only country that we just come in this country and work. So that's what I'm trying to say. No one here in this country.
So Jigel, when you're saying induct, what does induction mean? What we don't
Like
induct,
other
what
countries, we come, let me say, I'm a nurse in this country. In South Africa, I was a nurse. I came in this country, take the key, be in charge straight away. I don't go to be checked, check my English and do all this induction. As a nurse, I'm just come in and take my key and go and be in charge. Thank you. Glad there's no South African that is here without any paper. And we respect ourselves. We respect ourselves, one, and we follow all the guidelines and the rules for this country. We don't go around the bush and do all sorts of nonsense as they are doing in our country. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Okay.
But people keep Kabitumelo coming so that we can go down. Come in. Good morning. Bitumelo. Any question for Jigel before we go down again? All right. Mais, come in.
Yeah. So, first of all, to answer your question, yes, South Africans travel, not in large number, but they do travel. From statistics, there are over 1 million South Africans who are currently outside South Africa. There are a little bit of statistics that shows in the United Kingdom, we have 235,000. In Australia, we have 224,000. United States, we have 133,000. United Arab Emirates, 100,000. New Zealand, we have 95. And Canada, we have 51,000. And I also want to say that, guys, let's be honest. The truth is, there are obviously good people and there are obviously bad people. There are obviously people who would fall into problems because either deliberately or indeliberately. So I do personally have South Africans who are my clients in immigration. So anyone who is trying to say that immigration is a process that affects anyone who travels, especially if you don't travel, you don't feel it because you don't see the need. You don't even know why or what happens with immigration. But once you travel out there, you will know what immigration is. Yes, I do have South Africans they are not the majority, but I do have a few South African immigration clients. So as we engage, it's also good to be honest to ourselves sometimes, even as we identify our challenges as countries, as Africans, and the people who are causing problems in our countries. It's also good to tell ourselves and also acknowledge other countries as well, which have progressed. When I was in my undergrad, I did electrical and electronics engineering, and then I did work with people in telecommunication in Kenya. We used to get our internet from South Africa. and I worked with a lot of South Africans in the telecommunication industry before I moved out of Kenya and moved to Canada. So that being said, there has been collaboration in terms of education, in terms of work. If you look at Safaricom, which is a mobile service provider, an internet service provider in Kenya, in a few years ago, it was held by the late Bob Collymore, who was a South African. So it was working in Kenya. So when we are talking about the positive collaboration and engagement that is developing our countries and health exchange, we must acknowledge that. And let us not trivialize everything. Of course, there are people who are bad, who are criminals. Those must be recognized as such, and those who bring positive impact to our countries and to our continent must also be acknowledged as such. And so, yes, immigration, South Africans, from what the people that have engaged, they have a different kind of culture, and they have a different. Like I can tell you, Kenya has learned a lot in terms of demonstrations from South Africa, and that has also shaped our governance. And so we acknowledge that, and this is something that we should also learn to acknowledge from other countries, the great contribution and the influence that they have created in us. So the question goes back, with all our independence in our other countries that have got independence earlier, what have we done? And there's the lady who said in the UK that every other country is subjected in English. Kenya doesn't get subjected to English test because we are a British colony, and therefore we learn the British, the Queen's language, and therefore by you saying that it's only South Africa that is exempted, that is not being truthful. So as much as we want to glorify South Africa, let us also accept that there are other countries that have worked in collaboration with South Africa and other African countries to make Africa what it is today. But those who are committing crimes must be held accountable, must be prosecuted, must face the consequences, and must be deported to their countries after facing the consequences. Thank you.
No problem. Only South African, you can now come in. Do South Africans travel legally or run away from their countries or country?
Thank you so much, Rasta. Magule kundwanile mais. Before I submit, or actually let me submit. South Africans do travel. I think we are the only country that actually knows about the law. More than all these alien countries, we know more about the law, because you cannot find a South African causing trouble in a foreign land, right? You can find these aliens causing problems using South African visa. You'll find these Nigerians having South African visa documents. I don't know how they actually, get those documents. And then we must be aware again, in England, you'll find Zimbabweans calling themselves South Africans. I don't know why. I don't know if they're ashamed to be Zimbabweans, but you'll find another lady has spoken about that, who's in UK, that she confronted one. She met up with one woman who called herself a South African, but when she started speaking in Vernac, the woman couldn't respond. Then she obviously said that she's actually from Zim. So we must be aware of such things. People like mice, actually, I don't know where you get your information, my man. I don't know. Does your country actually have Google? Do you Google things? Do you have internet? Or do you just depend on paper or newspaper? Do your research, my man. And you said Mice spoke about he studied law, and then he also did electrical engineering. I really question these guys' documents. Like the qualifications, I really question them. I wouldn't be surprised if he studied medicine for 1 year. He probably studied that also. He also did maybe your civil engineering. So we know these things. We are aware of the scams, the scammers. And before I actually give the mic to Maposo, tell me, Mice, what is a paralegal? And last question, tell us about Al-Shabaab. Thanks, Rasta.
Very good question. Just to educate you, in some countries, law is a second degree, like medicine, pharmacy, dentist. Law is not studied. In Africa, you finish high school and go straight to law school and med school. But in other countries, you study law as a second degree. So I think you needed to educate yourself on that so that when you speak, you don't have to be very bitter about that. Now, in terms of a paralegal, of course, a paralegal has knowledge of law. They just have a limitation of what they can practice and the jurisdiction of courts that they can practice. In terms of Al-Shabaab, I am not a member of that, and therefore I might not speak of that. But I know Kenya has been a victim of terrorism, and this is in public knowledge, and that is what puts our country, when you are rating, when you check on the crime index, that is what brings, that's one of the criteria that is used to measure our country as one of the countries that are insecure because of Al-Shabaab. But otherwise, we've worked and combated those issues. Our security agencies in liaison with AMISOM have worked diligently, and we don't have that problem. In fact, if I can tell you, I don't think you really know about Kenya has a better internet infrastructure than South Africa. South Africa used to be to have a good internet infrastructure, but in 2009, Kenya did install undersea cable waters, fiber optic, and everywhere in the village. Right now, Kenya has the best internet infrastructure in Africa. It used to be South Africa. Right now, you need to check your statistics and learn that in terms of Google and all that, my friend, Google is everywhere. You don't have to be trivial when we are engaging. You need to just, to engage factually and intellectually without necessarily, be patronizing people who are engaging with you intellectually. We have agreed that we are going to fight illegal immigration. Thank you.
No problem. Maboso, come in. Good people, in 30 minutes we are closing. 30 minutes we are closing. Come in. Maboso.
So Hosea, I don't know. If we're talking about internet infrastructure, as he said, I think Morocco and South Africa leads just on the pure infrastructure. Morocco tends to have deeper penetrations as well, and South Africa, because of the mature of its telecommunications, which are deep not just only in South Africa but in Africa, we tend to have more infrastructure. I really think, I don't know, man. I think Africans are just obsessed to measure their manhood with South Africa. They always try to find something to measure themselves with South Africa. So what they do is that Ghana will say we produce more gold than South Africa because Ghana is overtaken South Africa in producing gold. Okay, fine. Somehow that means something. Kenyans have been overhyping themselves with their internet, by the way. And even the mobile payment, which has got South African inside it. I forgot the name of it anyway. It doesn't even matter. And then they will always find something that they have in their countries that they want to measure themselves with South Africa. But overall, South Africa ticks all the box. And we don't like to rub our success on their faces, which is just, guys, South Africa demolishes Kenya in everything. Kenyan, I don't know why will a Kenyan be on a panel with us, dude. We're not your mates. We're not in the same. We're not running in a same marathon. You are at the level of Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria. These are the people you should be exchanging with. Because if we have to go head on which countries got what, you're gonna be crying like, oh, we shouldn't be comparing. They always start these things, Ozia. They always come in and speaking nonsense, and when we start to give them facts, oh, but we are all Africans. Why are we comparing? Blah 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 and shit and nonsense like that. So these people are just envious, Ozia. They are just a bunch of envious lunatics who have got nothing to show, and they just projecting their negative energy, their failure on us. Misery that loves company. They have to always try to find something to compare themselves with us, make our situation worse. I mean, Jesus, man. We have to be travelers in Africa. We just don't migrate more. That's the huge difference. Migration is when you live in your environment and going to settle somewhere, perhaps in another country where you're going to extend your settlement there. You're going to settle. You're not going to return. You will return after years. That's migration. Most of you Africans are migrating. You don't afford to travel. We just need to look at your economies and the money you have. The average African, the money they have in their pockets is just way lesser than what South Africans have. So how can you travel more than us when you don't afford to travel more than us? This is just economy 101. It's not even that complicated. The average black South African has got more money than the next African on the continent, only arguably with the whiteys, the people from Mauritius and other areas that have got higher GDP. Bunch of you have got way lesser money than us. So how do you afford to travel? You are migrating. You are leaving your country to migrate to another country with no plan to come back. You're not even going there to see what. You are not going there as a tourist. South Africans are touring around the world. That's why they travel. Travelers are tourists. You guys are migrants with one-way ticket trip. You're not going there to come back. You're not going there for leisure to enjoy and get to know the culture and the monuments of that country and their tourist destination. You are going there as an economic migrant. You don't even have money to come back. You hope that you go there, and when you get there, you will start to hustle and do the things that you do in your third world, where you start to sell tomato or pushing scam to get money. And that's the only time you're going to afford to come back is after 10 years. So you guys need to stop, man. You guys are not traveling, you are migrating. We South Africans are not migrants, we are travelers. That's a huge difference. And you people just need to stop, man. These things are, you people just need to leave us alone. We don't have to be going back and forth with you. Leave us alone. Don't come to our country. We don't come to where you are. So what's the problem with you people? You always, the trip, we cannot have a migration topic with these people. South Africa is dealing with global migration. We're dealing with communities of people in their millions here. We cannot have conversation with people who are barely dealing with their regional migration. These people, when we talk about migration, they think we're talking about the few people they see in their countries. We're talking about high level of global people coming to this region, to our country. We're not having that conversation with you. You are not a global people. Your country is not a global country. You're not attracting anyone. There's no people who are willing to break their back coming to your country. It's a shit show. So when we're talking migration, we're not having the same conversations here. So when South Africans say migration, don't ever dare think you know what we're talking about. Clearly you don't. You have no idea. You are a migrant yourself. You are used to living your country. You're not used to seeing millions of people coming to your country. Ozia, let me just go down, Ozia. These people. Anyway, I was going down, Ozia. I'm going to do a braai. It's a good Sunday. I'm going to braai, mix some meat. I've got the lamb, Ozia. I've got some. But the thighs, chicken thighs. I'm having pork. I'm gonna. I've got a steak as well. But what do they call it? Let me just check, man. The lamb shank. But no, but what do you call that fat steak? I'm going to be cooking that fat one, not the ribs. I'll check, man. But I'm going to be eating well, Hosea. We're eating well this side, South Africa. It's a very meaty country because we can afford to buy the most luxurious meat on the continent. The best meat, by the way, coming from Botswana. You know, Botswana's got the best steak on the continent, and I'll be grilling that steak. I know, man, kids in Nigeria, I pray, man, that one day we can fix our problems. I know for kids in Nigeria, man, it's sad. You know, Ghana, these are just sad places. I really sympathize with them. I wish one day they can overcome the poverty that is just impoverishing them there, making them just become global orphanage and be fighting to be migrants all over. It's just poverty, Ozzy. So we need to be able to find a way to feed the rest of the continent so that we don't fight. This thing of coming here to belittle black South Africans to be fighting us, it's all because they want to eat, Ozzy. It's because they want to eat, nothing more. So if we can feed these people, they will leave us alone. This is the formula. The only way they're going to leave us is if we can produce more food so that they can stay where they are and develop these countries so that they can leave us alone. But Hosea, thanks, my brother. I'll be on the bright steak. South Africans, anyone who wants some piece of steak, inbox me. We can sort it out. No Grigamba on my inbox, please. Thank you in advance. You know, thank you.
Can you open your camera and we see the steak?
No, but I live in a shanty. I live in a box. Hosea. I live in a shanty. Nobody wants to see
No,
my
I want to see your meat, not your house. Man.
When I start, I will call in. But you know, I will be. I don't want to flex that. You know, kids in Kenya don't eat steak. They barely see steak. Steak is for presidents in Kenya. So I don't want to be rubbing off my rich wealth in my country to poor African kids. You know, that's bad, Ozzy. I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not doing that.
Rasta.
Sure.
Rasta.
Good people, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to add something as my boss was speaking. Ne?
Yeah, but let's give Clerk and drop him. Then we are closing.
Okay, that's fine.
Clerk, come in. Then Constantine, we are closing.
All right, big
now.
man. Thank you very much for today. Before you drop me, and before I finish my statements, yeah. So the thing is, I'll tell you this story about this South African guy that I used to. When you go on my TikTok, you're gonna see the last person I trained at my workplace was an old man from Jamaica. Yeah, I've trained a lot of people. And when I say I know illegal South Africans, yeah, I do. But I'm not going to mention them. It's never going to happen. There was this guy who was married to this lady, yeah, and it got to a point that he needed to renew his visa. So the lady had to support him with her passport. The lady didn't want to do it. He was at my workplace. Even though he sorted it out, but he was illegal. I know people are going to say, oh, there is none. Maybe these people saying there is none. They've never ever traveled. You need to travel and see. There are certain things, if you don't travel, you're not going to see them. A lot of people, I've been to so many people's homes. If you don't have the experience, do not say people are lying when they are talking. Your people travel, you know. You staying in your country and you don't want to travel doesn't mean everyone in your country doesn't want to travel. People want to travel. You don't know them doesn't mean South Africans, they are no illegal migrants they are no illegal South African migrants overseas. You don't want to travel, that's why you don't see them. Even though the percentage is very low, we respect that. But there is some of them out there who are illegal and sorting themselves out. It doesn't mean they want to stay illegal forever. They are sorting themselves out, but it's a procedure. Do you understand, Hosea? And back to certain things, I see people showing videos of part of our capital where the area is not nice and that. I've seen areas in South Africa that are rubbish dummies as well. I've seen them all the time. Why are you not showing the proper areas? Why are you showing certain piece of the country that's under construction? It doesn't really make sense, big man. Honestly, it doesn't really make sense. So people need to be fair. Yeah. If you are showing videos of Ghana, do not show places that are under construction. That's the thing. And the thing is, nothing I'm gonna say is gonna make you people understand. Cause you are South Africans, I respect that. Nothing I'm going to say is going to make you people understand. But thank you very much for having me here. I'm always going to come here anyway, because this is my home anyway. And and one thing you all need to know, I'm going to come to South Africa as well. And for my protection, I'm going to come with Hosea. 100%. Big one, I'll see you tomorrow, all right? Constantine, big one, stay safe, yeah?
Don't drop, Clark. I want to show you the area I'm in right now. I'll open my camera. Ne? I'll open my camera. Rasta, put me on the big screen.
Okay, go to all right.
Wait.
Okay,
you see, I'm actually attending a wedding celebration, right? There's a house there. That's a double story in the Bundus. Ne? There's another house there.
Okay.
Let me do this. This is someone trying to make a hustle. Ne?
Yeah.
These are the cars the poor South Africans are driving, right? Let me show you the brands.
Okay.
Yeah, let me show you the brands. Ne?
All right.
Yeah, these are what poor South Africans are doing. And by the way, you see that area there at the back?
Yeah.
That's the Kruger Park, the Kruger Park. That's a border of the Kruger Park, the area that I'm in. It's called the Numbi site.
What did they do there? What did they do in the Kruger Park? What did they do there?
You don't know the Kruger Park?
No.
Claire, come on.
No, I saw all my life. I don't know the Kruger Park.
Kruger Park is a national treasure of South Africa that the England Queen has decided to make it their own. So if you want to do business in South Africa, you must go to England. And that's another part of information that most people are not aware of, that the Kruger Park, the England of Queen, the Queen of England is the one that is trying by all means to make it their own place. And these are the things that we will continue fighting about. Me, my surname, I'm a Sibia. So as a Sibia, the Nkunas, the Zwane, we are actually having a claim of the Kruger Park, and documents have come that in 1818, the Sibias were in charge of that. And I know people will say, Constantine is lying. Ne? Jacob Zuma was someone who was very instrumental in helping us to uncover these documents that are there. So as a South African, I can tell you this, my brother. We as South Africans, we have a lot to fight about and to fight for due to the injustice that was done in the past. And should we now say we are uprooting all them Zungus abruptly, we will not get to the core of.
I think he's busy with something. Mabasa said he forgot the code. Jigel, come in, then Nova. We are closing. Clark, good night, man.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, thank you very much, brother.
I think that I wanted to come and talk about the guy from Kenya. When he says that internet in Kenya is more advanced than in South Africa, people, go to America and compare the banking system of America to South Africa. They are saying they are using Venmo. That is at least the closest thing to send money to someone, which we say pay sharp in South Africa. Our banking system compared to American, we are, I think, 50 years up front compared to America. And again, America has what Starlink has, Elon Musk. They are building Telsas, they are building engines and everything, but they cannot crack the banking system where if you need money, it must be an immediate. And yes, you are right, they are using check. They write checks which can bounce. But with us, if I'm stranded now in one of the 9 provinces, maybe I'm 1,000 kilometers away from my relatives, I can ring someone and say, hey, please, I need money, I need this, how much? And a person can just send money. Immediately, it will reflect in my account. So which African country, again, is better than South Africa. So since we are flexing, which country in Africa is better than South Africa? If South Africa is way better than what? America. In America, remember, these are the globalist superpower. Why is the superpower failing to send money into someone's bank account and pay immediately? That is the first thing that I'll touch on. And then the second thing, if internet is very strong, I'm in the bundus right now. No, I'm speaking clearly. What does that mean? It then means that there are towers almost everywhere. People are benefiting. It's just that the house is far from where I am. I saw a house where they've put a tower and they are being paid. It's revenue for them every month just for the fact that a tower was erected in their house. So what am I saying again? I'm simply saying we as South Africans, we understand that a lot of African countries are jealous of us and they will come to try to compete with us. But jealousy doesn't pay the bills. Yes.
Constantine, go and enjoy the wedding. Man. Go and
I will
enjoy
do
the
so,
wedding.
my leader. I will do so.
Sharp.
Sharp,
Good
sharp.
night. Go and enjoy the wedding. You need to marry as well. I think there's so many people.
I'm here for the meat. I'm here for the meat. I'm here for the meat, chief.
There's so many people on the comment section who needs marriage, who needs a good guy. So please go and learn so that you can come and pick from the comment section. Good night.
Ciao.
G-Girl, come in. G-Girl. Nova, close, man.
Yo, Rasta, how's it, man?
Ah, sharp, man, sharp. Well, you can open your camera for the first time in your life.
Nah, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not today. Not today. I will, but not today.
Are you a robot?
No. I'm not a robot.
Are you real?
No, I'm real, like 100%, man. I'm a
flesh and blood.
I'm a people being, you know.
I don't think you have flesh and blood. I think you're a robot.
I am, man. I'm a people being. Like, yeah. Rasta, you know, there's someone who said he is a fiber engineer. Rasta, fiber engineers don't install fiber in people's houses. Those are technicians. A fiber engineer construct the fiber in infrastructure. You build the fiber infrastructure. You know, these people, they are engineer this, engineer that. They are forever engineers. Like they don't want to say they are technicians. They would rather use a complex. What's happening, Rasta, now?
Nothing. I'm just saying goodbye when you are done. To everyone. I was just saying, Nintendo nonke makhaya.
People are fiber. These are fiber engineers. Are fiber doctors. They are engineers. Even a fiber engineer doesn't fix people's fiber at home. They don't do that. That is a duty of a technician. An engineer, fiber engineer. How do I know? I am in the industry as well. But I'm not gonna lie and say I'm a you fiber tech engineer. You're not an engineer, but you're not. You are a technician. Like So please come down, fiber technician. And one thing is this: South Africans, we land in traveling at school. You know, we used to call it an excursion. we learned that at school, like it was excursion. You know, you go to a place, you see how beautiful it is, you enjoy it, then you come back home. You know how nice that is. Like we learned that at school, like it was called an excursion. Where our Rasta, you had to like that's what you used to do, instructing the driver to break the laws of the road. So we learned traveling, at school. We experience in traveling. We go somewhere, we explore. Since we were young, man, that's what we were doing. That's what we were doing. So we know that you pay, upatis kaftin sako, or you take money for the trip. Like we learned that. I wanna like the likes of Uzovin. So Uzovin called himself a traveler, but he has been to 2 countries. He has been to 2 countries. First it's Nigeria, second is South Africa. That's it. That's how he's been traveling. He's never been in any countries. He's a traveler, but he has been to 2 countries. If you can ask these people who are travelers how many countries they've been to, it's just 2 countries. It's their home country and where they are currently located. But they call themselves travelers. They've been to 2 destinations, where they were born and where they are currently residing. How sad. But anyway, Rasta, South Africans travel to add value in people's country. People are traveling to bring value in people's country, not to extract it. Africans, they... So yeah, it's one of those. So Rasta, people are traveling. They're not traveling. They are running away. They're not traveling. They are travelers. Yes, ukuthi difficult kanjani kuyisho. Travelers, traveling. They are traveling. That is fleeing. They're running away. So yeah, Rasta, let me just end it here, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Yeah, sharp, my bro, sharp. Gents, sharp. Everyone, good night. Good night, everyone. I will see you. Good night. I have to sleep now. It's night where I am. It's in the middle of the night. I am sleeping. Good night. Oh, good night. See you soon. Sasha, Sasha, good night. Sasha, good night. Sampas, good night. Mai Seula, King J Buezi, good night, my man. King J Buezi, good night, man. J Buezi, I've not seen you in a long time, man. Good night. Pan Africanist, good night. Umzulu, I need to bring cows there by your house. I need to bring cows by your house there, Umzulu. I need to bring cows. Sharp. Hola. Somebody is saying you're a good person. Why would you say I'm a good person? I'm always causing problems. Jay Buezi is on the comments. Sampas, this is Rasta, man. Sampas, this is Rasta. You met Rasta today. This is Rasta for you. This is me, it's Rasta man. Sampas, this is Rasta, man. Rasta. This is Rasta. Everyone, this is Rasta. Welcome. Now you met Rasta. This is me, good people. I love you all. South Africa, I love you. I love you all. Saula, I love you. South Africa, I love you all. I love you so much. Buitumelo, thank you for supporting the platform. Thank you for all the way. I appreciate you. Sky, everyone. Thank you for supporting Rasta. Thank you. You are a FM moderator and host. It's fine, man. Much love. I'm out. I will see you soon, all of you. I'm out. Hola.
Mine is healthy.
What you say? Everybody likes a healthy control. A relationship that control doesn't come. It's not that deep. What you say?
Yes.
Everybody should have that one, but not that extreme one.
Yes.
You get? That's what I'm trying to let you. And yet, what you say? And yet, the extreme ones are not good.
But I don't think the mommy is extreme. And yet.
Okay. No. You're not some American. Let's forget about that. We are not. Yeah. What I say? Everybody loves controls in the relationship because we'll be protected the end of the day. You get? But it shouldn't be extreme.
True. Extreme one thing.
And yet, I'm extreme one thing. They have you. Like it should be freely. Like it should be freely. Like you should free yourself.
In America, the way I hear our way and as being in a relationship looks so like just how could you advance away to my survive?
Mr. Adams. One moderator, Mishaha. And our two flower do grab on things around. Hey, I like it. Enlargement, Nadia, enlargement lady, why are they up on a basso? The Obeya be on a basso.
Wait,
why are they? You probably I eat your own Cassam for you who know.
I am doing conform with join you. I know
I think say the Wabasi offer for new way into honestly you're welcome. And those who just joined, you are welcome. Why?
Musa cries out Johnny Dada.
Yeah, I think say Mr. Adams.
No.
Yeah, just say Mr. Adams had that I mean no.
Menanda why?
Arva.
Yeah.
Yes, what? Yeah, Drew here.
Yeah, Drew where every time. Control. I mean healthy control, not just any control.
Not just.
But by 82 MG no. Healthy control is never anything. How would you describe that?
Okay, should I give you an example of
you can just describe how healthy
healthy control is a control that doesn't have to come with strict instructions, right?
Well, audio na about
Let's say a healthy control is I would describe it as an instruction that doesn't comes with a extreme one or like a lot of instructions.
Exactly. It doesn't come with any extreme measures. You know,
what it should be.
Emma Wundi Panankasani, you feel wanted.
Yeah, and it should be meaningful. It should make the person feel loved and safe.
Exactly. Simple as that. And
yeah, because
hey, sorry, hey, you say.
And yeah, hey, sorry, hey, kwada, hey, you say. What I say. That's how it should be. And in other ways, and yes, so very easy to say. Also, go say, my cattle. No be in the agro, no be you say.
Oh, that be.
What I say? Those ones are not good.
And no need the obsession.
Yes, it should be something like you can tell your woman, say, oh, maybe you have noticed that maybe a way it's not good. Maybe you can advise her to be like, oh, you should be careful. Watch your steps. Do this. Or no, when you analyze the things that you are saying, and she will get to understand what you mean. What you say, it shouldn't be like
message your phone.
It shouldn't be something like that.
But do you know that some women actually enjoy that?
Those people who enjoy, let them enjoy it.
Some women actually enjoy that.
It is no more enjoy no more copy pants or obey Musa.
Nabi on copy no or back copy your own penny. Well, I know say me say at times I met tonight and I'm a dream where me here ma. You know say who you be a open clubbing. And I do one na my bonting or clubbing. You are innocent girl. Now no about 6 and no for that. No, I'm no. Now the lady hold the whole night. No abanapa or complain here. Why do people do that?
That's the reason why I said a lot of people go for what they don't even need.